Welcome to the Grow Pair podcast. And today I have got two gentlemen from a band called Wicked World. Welcome to it, guys.
Thank you. Good
Right, so
day.
it's Ruan and Craig.
That's right.
That's correct. Okay, great. So I'm winning. I went through a few of your guys' other like interviews on like TV and whatever else, and then trying to like figure out who's who to match names to faces.
Yeah.
And it's and then oddly enough, I found a metal band in America or somewhere that's also Wicked World.
It's like a metal cool band, but then they are no longer.
Oh, they know. Oh, sweet. So
We've
there's
tried to
no,
contact them to like take their name off, but I mean they probably won't do that.
yeah. Also, Google holds on to everything. So yeah.
But it's a song by Black Sabbath actually.
Okay.
Wicked World, yeah.
Ah.
Wicked World.
Can I get your mic just a tad closer if you don't mind?
No problem, Desmond. No problem.
Cooking with gas. Sweet. So Somerset West. I lived there for a while. Well, for a while, like 12 years.
Gee whiz, okay.
Yeah. Out in Socialyze and then in Somerset West itself.
Okay. We went to Laurie's on Sunday. Rowan was playing a show out there at Ima.
Yes. They do good ice pine.
Wow, I don't like Icepine, but yeah, everyone seems to love it. I went to go watch Rowan there.
Nice.
And it
Ended
was
up playing
lovely.
as well,
Yeah.
as you always do.
Yeah. The beer was like a
Yes, yeah, they do. They're one of the few places that does Bitburger.
Yeah,
It's my favorite beer in the whole
I was
world.
just gonna say we had Bitburger the other night and some of the schnapps.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Their
Nice.
schnapps is good.
They got their own little house. The house one and the owner was there, and he said, he says to the barman, "On my account, get him a kleine Eimer. It's a small bucket, kleine Emmer." And I'm like, "What is it?" He goes, "It's a schnapps." And
It's a good schnapps.
It was terrible.
What?
No,
Oh, then you had the
I
bad
don't
one.
know, I think I just always put my foot in it with that guy.
Oh, is it?
Because he gave it to me. I said, "Thank you, Prost." Worked it and just went, "Oh, it's terrible." And he
Not at all.
his face just went like that. So come here, Bitburger, and then the Bitburger to wash that down with.
Oh, the Bitburger goes down so well.
You were drinking that night as well,
No, I was drinking the Vintux, the 1 liter.
huh?
Why would you go to the bar twice if you can go to the bar once? That's the argument for me. The problem is then you end up drinking. Then you end up drinking much far because then I finised the whole liter. I'm like, it's going the same rate as a 500 ml.
But
Yeah,
then the next
that's-
time you go
that's an
order
issue.
one, you can order it and then go to the loo. Come back and collect it. Anyway. Yeah, Somerset West.
Jesus, yeah.
So you lived there, okay.
Yeah. I lived there for a while. Solari's out in one of those plotty type farms. I rented
Lekker.
a space there from a lady, and had all kinds of weird animals at one stage. I tried to be a
Okay.
sort of urban farmer for a while, for fun.
Cool.
Yeah, and then moved into town, got married, and did like the town living for a little bit.
All right.
So yeah,
Lekker.
fun. Love the town. I was there this weekend. It's
CFM, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, but those small holdings out there aren't much. They're not really there anymore. It's all been developed.
Yeah, so if you go like the ones that I was at was like past Solari's itself. So
Yeah.
like I know before Solari's, most of that's been just
They're
disappeared.
about like idiom wines and stuff.
Yes,
But those things
yeah.
are also pretty, like there's a lot of estates going up there.
Yeah.
And
Not cheap either.
I mean,
No.
everywhere, the whole of, like, especially Somerset West around the fringes, like if you go down
Yeah.
this R102 that comes all the way to Belleville, those, like, they're by Croydon, there's just estates everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
Developing.
It's like I've got friends of mine moving down from KZN, like best move they'll ever make. And they're asking like about areas, and they're moving to like probably Durbanville, Brackenfell kind of area.
Okay.
And they're like, "Hey, where's this?" They give me a street address, and they're like, "Is this Durbanville or is it Brackenfell?" And I'm like, "Well, it's kind of in the blurry bit in between because
Is
they
it-
used to be two areas, and now they've
it's
just
merged.
merged into
Yeah.
Greater Cape Town.
Yeah. Great
Yes.
to grab the, Kraaifontein and Brackenfell's kind of become one.
Yeah, that's on the other side.
So,
yeah.
I mean, Kraaifontein used to be behind the Boerewors curtain, and
Oh, I love-
Brackenfell wasn't really.
I think Brackenfell is
And-
very
and-
much
and-
beyond.
And now the Kraaifontein in number one, the curtains moved a little bit forward.
I joke with my Somerset West friends. I'm so like, we're beyond the Boerewors curtain. In fact, so far past it, I can't see it from my house. 'Cause I went from like Summies with it, we're like, I mean, German is probably spoken a bit more than Afrikaans.
In
And
Somerset
now,
West.
I don't know,
I
but
don't know,
like, there's a lot of English speakers, and
Maybe
then
it's
like,
more.
geez, everyone hears Afrikaans.
Yeah.
And I grew up in Natal. Afrikaans doesn't exist there, so it's
It's weird. I met one of the most Afrikaans people I've ever met in Howick. That guy,
Which
There's,
guy?
there's a few
That
of them.
guy who
Yeah.
bought those
Oh yes, that
Bribery
guy. Yeah,
shots.
yeah.
and he actually
I remember that, man.
this is all coming back. And it was a shot with what did he cut? Tomato
With onions
and
Oh,
then
no.
onion on the side and then a shot of vodka.
and then some cheese or something. something
And then
I'm
you-
surprised
and
there
you've got
wasn't
a- and
Worcester
you've got a
sauce in it,
towel.
you know.
Oh, no.
There might
He
have
put
been.
aromat on his hand. Anyway, that guy said to me, "The Engels," and I said, "Next Scots," and he says, "Yeah, that's okay."
Oh wow! Yeah, outside of the urban centers, you get the farmers,
Yeah.
the Afrikaans farmers,
Yeah,
and they're
farmers.
like the stalwarts, they hold on hard, you know,
Yeah.
to the heritage and whatnot.
Die melkboere.
Yeah, die melkboere.
Oh, they all farm macadamia nuts now, so that's all okay, is it? Then?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So
Actually, I like
you
that.
guys, beyond drinking, are in a band, which is possibly part of why you drink.
Exactly. Well, I actually didn't have one.
Yeah.
But moving on from there, you didn't have one either. It was that other Engel had one. I must try this. anyway, we're in a band, and we've seen some flipping, interesting
Yeah.
little corners of the country.
I'm sure. You guys started 2021, if the internet
Yeah,
sort of is correct.
2021 October.
October.
We got together. We didn't officially start. We kind of just formed the idea and then
Yeah.
got together and put some song ideas together. And then over the next few months, I'd say like officially, we went to record our first few songs in March or April 2022.
That was, I mean, what?
2 years.
So is that just after COVID or just
Yeah.
before? Just
Yeah.
after.
Just after it, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
after.
October is opening up, I suppose.
Yeah, but this is
Was
is
it?
like
Yeah.
2021, yeah. So it was still there was still
Yeah,
remnants
no,
of
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because I was going to do something. I mean, it's obviously everyone rethought a lot
Mm.
after COVID. I mean,
Jeez,
this
yeah.
guy was on the move everywhere, and and I wanted to go and work on the ships. Go play guitar on the
Yes.
ships. And then we got together and then said, "Hey, why don't we try something?"
That's
Yeah, because
fantastic.
I remember I played at this really terrible show somewhere, but it's like you're a renter jukebox.
Oh, man.
You play your own original stuff and people just look at you, and then you play this sing along cover and people clap. And I just came home from that show. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. And I phoned Craig. I said, "Dude, I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing here. I think I might do something else."
Yeah.
And then he was like, I'm about to like apply to go work on the ships. Like, I don't know if I can do this anymore either. And we were like, wait, okay, let's just pull the handbrake up.
Yes.
Let's get together and see what we can put together and what we have. And if there's hope for what we want to do. And we got together and very quickly realized there is a lot of hope and there's a lot of beauty in what we do. And
Absolutely.
and it gets lost sometimes, you sometimes get
Mm.
a bit caught up in the graft or in the in the race to make it. And then we just slowly started. Craig had some songs that he'd written. I had a couple of songs, and then we wrote a song together.
Yeah.
And some of them just ideas, some of them he'd already finished.
Yeah.
It was great. And then we just started slowly building.
That's fantastic.
Him and I played together for about the first 7 or 8 months. I think we can't even actually say that because we only did our first tour in March of 2022. Then we literally played our first show the week before the tour. So we technically started in March 2022.
Okay.
So
I
then,
don't know.
so we played together then only for 3 or 4 months as a duo.
That's why when he asked the question, I kind of went leaning towards this way because I don't know anything about dates. I just
But then we did in those 3-4 months before Rowan joined us. We did,
two.
we did a tour up to PE through J Bay.
Oh, it's a cool run.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. The garden is great. We did Plet, we did J Bay, we did PE, we did the Crags, we did
Carriedo.
Carriedo.
Carrido. Good grief. I've got a mate of mine out in Carrido. Man.
It's not a lot going on. It's probably the same guy we played for.
I was just gonna say, does he do animal cremations?
No.
Okay.
And then we came back, and then we did another one. We recorded just after that with Theo at Bible Studios.
Did we record first?
No, we went on the first tour.
I mean, that's what I mean. Like, did we do the first tour, then record, then go on the
Yes.
same one?
Yeah, we did the first tour, came back, then we recorded the first 3 songs, Music, Truth, and Where I Belong. And then we went then we went to Strab in Mozambique to go play that.
There's a lot of guys that are playing Strab. I had Vonnerbloem in here a little while back. They were also talking about it. Seems to be a nice jaw.
Yeah.
No, it's great.
And is that a festival or what
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
it's a
a
festival,
Subterranean Rhythm and Blues Festival.
yeah. Okay, cool.
So it started as a actually interesting. It started as a diving excursion. I would just go up and like 20 people would go up and dive, and then they did it once or twice, and then they were like, "It'd be quite cool if we had music here with our diving for the weekend." And then they got Pete Botha to come with, and then Pete Botha went and played for them, and then second year that I think Pete Botha and Akadis went up, and then so it's 3 bands went up, and it grew over year. Like I think this was the 20th edition now that this had this year.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that was this year was the 20th anniversary of Pete going there on his own.
Yeah,
If I'm
yeah,
right.
exactly where it started, and now it's there were 35 bands now this past one.
Yeah,
And it's great. The sound's good. The lighting's amazing. It's a really like a festival.
Yeah, very cool. Over
You're like,
4 days.
You're like on the beach. You know, you're cool. You sit around, listen to cool music, and you're like, let me just go jump in the ocean quickly and have a swim. And then you swim. The water's warm. It's like it's winter and it's 24-degree water.
That's
It's amazing.
It's like a caravan park, but not in the sense of a caravan park. It's like a campy
It's a campsite.
Yeah,
Is that in Mozambique itself?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's in
Ponta Malangan.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay.
And so when you drive into that campsite, it's just all the way down to the beach, and then there's like a clubhouse type thing.
Yeah, it's a dive center
A
actually.
dive center.
Yeah.
So the main stage is right there, and then upstairs is a bar, and they have a little stage on there as well. So people, it's just lacquer and the view and
Yeah,
just
the
very
vibe
cool.
is really cool. It's not one of those festivals where you have too many people that it's uncomfortable.
Yes.
But there's not too little to have a good time. There's like
Yeah.
I think usually between 1,000 and 1,200 people over the 4 days. But if it's
yeah,
not,
that's not massive. Yeah.
no, it's not
Yeah,
massive.
yeah.
But the cool thing is it's not the venue isn't that big, but it's not like other festival. You would drive 2 hours out into nowhere and you would just be at the festival. There's like Ponta Malangana is this really cool village. So people, you go out and you check the villages out. And
Yeah.
they've made like they're selling cool stuff. So you go check it out. There's other
that's nice.
restaurants. That you can go dive. You go Ponta de Order is like 15 minutes in the other direction. So there's lots to do, lots to see, and it's a different culture. It's really cool. It's a really the energy is always really positive.
Yeah.
Very lacquer.
You talk about like big ones. Have you guys played Splashy Fen?
No, you actually
that
need to do that.
got huge
Mm.
and very. I mean, I went when I used to go to Splashy was. I want to say 20 years ago. Yeah, jeepers. I'm getting old now. But yeah, 20 years ago back, that was before they had flushing toilets. And like it was literally just, they dug holes in the ground 2 weeks before they did the event. And that was, there was just, they like knocked up some wood over them. It was like, there's toilets. And if you want to shower, well,
Go for
sorry, jump in the river.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, we're yet to do Splashy Fan and all the bigger ones, like Rocking the Daisies and what's that river one?
Up the creek.
Up the creek.
Up the creek,
and,
yeah.
I
No,
don't
it's
even know what
a
else
great
there is.
festival. Yeah, there's lots, especially like Gauteng side as well. There's a lot of cool festivals that I didn't even know about. Only recently when I started looking for festivals to apply to, they came on the radar.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot. So yeah, I mean, but like any business, it takes some time to get somewhere. You know, to build yourself, not just financially, not just musically, not just as a band. It's a whole package. You know, you gotta slowly. Except if you go and, you know, release one song from a thing you recorded and somehow it goes massive on social media. But I think
Yes.
at our age, we like all just a little bit past the social media,
Yeah.
like sweet spot.
Yeah. But what is that dude in the States? That redhead bearded guy. He wrote that sort of like anti-establishment Rich Men from Richmond or Richmond
yeah.
or whatever.
That guy
I can't remember his name.
I also can't remember his name. But I mean, he recorded on a Samsung phone and he put the audio from that onto Spotify and got a bajillion views or like a bajillion listens. It's just, it's weird how sometimes you just write audience, write message, write everything, and
Right
then
the lyrics
timing.
are really cool in that song.
yes,
But
yeah.
I mean, I heard that he got booked for some places after that, and he tried to take, they were offering the hand, and he was trying to take the whole arm, and
Yeah, like stupid
Whatever.
amounts. He was charging something like $500 a ticket, and he just hit the scene, you know, and people were
Yeah.
like, "Whoa!"
There was a lot because I saw a video where he popped on and he was like, "Hey guys, like I didn't know about the pricing or whatever it was." Like, and now-
really?
Yeah, and then he went and like fought and got it reduced, and
Okay.
there were some. But I remember it was a big thing.
okay, you see.
And then I saw a video on TikTok because I follow him on TikTok, and he popped up and he was like, "Guys, I have to apologize. Like I didn't know this was someone who was trying to manage me. They not managing me anymore.
Oh, you
Yeah.
see.
And then the whole
you
thing,
see
he was
how
like, yeah.
someone
'Cause I think he
does
said,
a
like-
boo-boo and then like I would think
Yeah,
it's,
it's-
that,
you-
it's that name.
I think
man.
he's like set a rate now, like a maximum of $20
Oh, that's cool.
for any show that he plays. He's like, he refuses to play a show if the cover is more than $20. And he was just like, no, we're not here to rip
Oh, good
people
on him.
off. You know, like it's,
Yeah, okay.
it's music, man. It's all love.
Yeah, I stand corrected and happy to say that.
Yeah, yeah.
Very cool.
How have you guys found? So I mean, like my sort of big exposure in the music industry came from the sound side of things.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, for me, it was always a job. But okay, except for maybe 2 years where I did play in a band and we tried and didn't work.
Yeah.
But how's your guys' experience been like now of music? I mean, back in the day, there was sort of pre-internet, and it was a complete mission to get gigs and to find shows.
Yeah.
And nowadays, I think it's maybe not the opposite, but there's now so much noise. Because I mean, to be fair, with the equipment that I've got in this room, if we put a little bit of effort into it and 1 or 2 more microphones, we could record an album. You know, like
Yeah.
which would be postable, you know,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
releasable.
Yeah.
How are you guys finding the industry in terms of getting yourselves out there and whatnot?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's new challenges for new for the new times. It's been hard.
I mean, there's
It's hard to
several-
juggle a lot of things. Yeah.
There's several different angles
Yeah.
of how you can answer the question as well. Like, for instance, I feel personally like I've been doing music for say 10 years, and even in the 10 years since I started doing it, I feel like people appreciate live shows less because they have this. We've got this instant like
Gratification.
on cell phones. You know, so people are just like they sit for 60% or 70% of the day on a cell phone, just you know, being fed all this, and their serotonin levels are just going down and down and down, and then they go to a live show, and it's kind of like take out your camera, take a video, and then you know, it's an odd thing because it's you have to.
And do you think it's our age? So I'm going to lump you guys in with at my age, but like, you think it's our age as well, or is it more
Less.
the less on our side?
Definitely less, but still, it's still a universal and a global shift in because I mean, my mom spends time on her cell phone,
Fair.
on a computer. You know,
Fair.
she's definitely way older than I am, so. I think it's not just a certain age, but of course certain ages enjoy it more and have less restraint for it because they grew up with it more, you know. There's also different opportunities.
Yeah.
There's ways you can get your music out now. You don't need to go through a record label. You can actually go and record your stuff. You can market it yourself. It's difficult because it's like a whole new industry you have to learn. You have to learn marketing. You have to learn social media as its own industry on its own. I mean, TikTok is now an industry. You know, you can make a living off of TikTok. So
well, if you're in America or the UK or one of the 5 countries where you can earn proper money.
But it's crazy. It's different. It's different. And people, like, we were having a chat with with Theo about this when we started recording, and he was reading some book about economics in the music industry and how the financials work on it. And he was explaining 30 years ago that you would earn 70% of or 75% of your income would be through album sales. You'd record an album and people would buy an album, and you'd make cash out of it. Then 10% or 15% was performance, 5% merch, and 5% royalties. Now, I mean, maybe those figures are wrong, but now it's the majority has completely flipped. You don't, no one buys a CD. You make a CD and people wanted to have it to say, I've got a CD, not because they're buying it to listen to it. Like most people don't even have a CD player. So that income is completely out of the door. So now it's flipped completely, and you make 75% out of your income from music is through performing. That's why you see a lot of these. You see a lot of these old school bands are now performing again. Those that are in their 70s are like,
they're having to get out and go.
Like,
okay, hold on, we need money now.
We're not making as much money through our sales anymore. And I mean, royalties out of streaming platforms don't give you much.
Right. Well, that was going to be, I mean, I don't want to dive into specifics, but like, I mean, is it min
It's super mint.
Oh, is it?
0.0 whatever.
Yeah, 0.0003 cents per listen.
Oh no.
Yeah, but it's like a scale. So
Okay, so the more you listen,
which
you
is
get the better.
stupid. It should be
Yeah.
the other way around. The
Yeah.
O's starting out should be getting 0.01
Yeah.
cents, and the O's at the top should be getting half of that or a tenth of that.
Mm.
But it's completely silly. So if you get to 100,000 listens on Spotify specifically, you get $400. That's your payout. But then from there,
Good lord.
yeah, no, it's like 8,000 rand. For 100,000 listens, and it's not easy to get to 100,000
Yeah.
listens. Like you were speaking about Wonderboom, and there's another one, Crimson House. Like they're pretty big, you know.
Yeah.
They've been around for years, and they are hovering between the 50,000 and the 100,000 listens on their tracks, you know. And then
Yeah.
you're like, what's $8,000 gonna help? Four
Yeah,
O's.
4 O's that
Well,
are-
the Crimson House is like 7 O's. You know,
Yeah,
so each
yeah,
of
yeah.
them get 1,000 rand for getting to
Yeah.
100,000 listens. But then from there, it's like then you start earning between 100,000 and a million. It goes to a different tier.
Yes.
Then when you hit a million, then you start making money. You get a million
Yeah,
listens on
yeah.
Spotify. Then suddenly you're
Yeah.
getting
A
cash.
Can I stop you guys quickly?
Sure.
I just want to quickly go and scream at someone outside.
Cool.
Sorry.
No worries.
I don't know why they're making.
Still recording.
I'll just cut it.
No, don't cut this.
The
Check
wonders
this
of
shit out.
editing.
Check this. Motherfuckers. He's angry. Ladies and gentlemen, Desmond is the mall clearer.
Yeah, it's the first time I've had to go out and actually show it someone. But I've made such good mates with the business. So
Yeah.
Like the owners and the managers.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
all know me and they're all very like, yeah, no, dude, we'll keep quiet. We'll tell the guys. And then, as you can hear in the background, those just lose their minds. It's like,
Desmond is the mall clearer.
I try. It's only since they've moved in next door that it's been really, like, this is the first time I've recorded with their office now being
right.
next door.
I see.
So they're moving between upstairs and here. Drives me nuts. So I think it's about time I talk to center management and move into a quieter office or something. I don't know. Yeah, let's do one of those. Yes.
And
And we're back.
I wanted to say
Yes.
that what Rowan was saying now, you know, you got to learn all these things and you know, TikTok and Insta and all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And you were talking about noise. That was your question.
Yes. Yeah.
Had noise in it.
Yes.
And yeah, it's making somehow getting our noise to cut through the other noise.
Yeah.
We fine tuning our frequency. But look at those eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Moog, look at these eyes.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
I've got stickers on the front there that my eyes are actually closed right now.
I think people think with anything. I mean, I have the same issue right now. Podcasts are the big thing, you know, and it's growing month on month. The amount of listeners and whatever else. There's apparently 8 million people in South Africa that listen to podcasts.
What?
Yeah,
That's a crazy.
it's insane. And I'm like, okay, cool. 311 of them listened to one of you know my. I'm like, how do I get to the other, you know, 7 point whatever million? And then for myself, like, I don't want to be that guy that goes out and tries to now generate shock and awe. Like, I like these conversations, which maybe would be a little bit boring to someone out of the industry, or maybe like someone's not interested in music, but there is a listenership out there. There are people, and it's just getting to them and then getting them to subscribe or talk about it and all that kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I was
and
watching
it's
this
unpredictable.
podcast. I landed on this podcast yesterday, and you know, I'm being that person telling my friend, and there was this band on there. These two guys, a really sexy guy with glasses, and an average guy with a hat. Anyway, they were really cool.
I hear the host was good looking. Well, his wife thinks so, at least.
Oh yeah.
Take all
Hey,
the
Mrs.
compliments you
Desmond.
get.
Yeah. Like, hi, make me famous.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys have got. I want to dive into it for a little bit, and then we can move past it. We'll go into a taboo subject of politics a little bit.
Okay.
You guys have got a song where you sing a bit about the '94 elections and the promises that were made, and the, I'd say, non-delivery of service,
Yeah.
or non-delivery of those
Yeah, you could say
promises.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, more the delivery of the promises.
It was. I mean, I remember '94. I stood in the queue with my folks. I didn't vote, but you know, I was a picky.
Yeah.
But I remember it. It was like such a huge thing.
Yeah.
And we kind of get to this election, and now it's like
30 years later.
30 years later, and it looks like there's some change coming. I mean, it's
I mean,
but is it I think it's a little bit too late. I don't know.
well, for people that were in the queue
But yeah, fair.
in '94.
Yeah, fair.
I mean, not to. It's never a little too late. I mean, if they can just get on the right track, you know.
Yeah,
Everyone's politics are going to differ slightly.
of course. Yeah.
So, yeah, that song originally had other lyrics. So we decided to make it a little bit more apt for 30 years later.
Yeah.
So it's not, the original lyrics were more kind of like, oh yeah.
Mm.
You know, because it was an amazing time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's not that anymore. I mean, what the hell, you know? Electricity goes off. I mean,
Yeah.
the stuff he knows that I don't have a clue about.
Mm.
How many watt hours and stuff, because he's got an inverter.
I had one that exploded yesterday.
Oh no.
But I mean, it's just
Talk to me. I can help you.
My brother,
I can help you out.
my brother as well, like, and my nephew. I mean, he's like 20, and he's like watt hours, and you must hear him and his brother Daniel speak about watt hours, and like at the bar, we were at the milkshake hut.
The milkshake bar. When you've reached that age in your life, when you go to the milkshake bar.
But I mean, it's cool to know about it and stuff. But we should never be in the position of like,
yeah.
oh, we haven't got lights today.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't really want to get into like moaning about stuff, but it's just that simple for me.
It's tough, yeah. I went overseas a few years back. It was like 6 or 7 years back. Went to the Netherlands, and that was during the drought here and whatever else.
Oh yeah.
And I kind of pitched up, and the first weird thing is there's always electricity, and the second weird thing was that I could shower, you know, for as long as I wanted. And the guy said to me like, "There's just go shower. Water's not an issue here. You know, they have a problem with water, you know, in the opposite." And it was so weird. And then sort of spend a week there, and you almost acclimatized to it. I mean, like what we have now in the last 2 months of no load shedding, we've all acclimatized to it. And yeah, everyone is holding, touching, crossing fingers, everything. And, you know, at some point it's going to come back. And then, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, look, I mean,
I think to come back to the message of the song, it's not all doom and gloom. Like,
yeah,
that's also why we decided to kind of change the lyrics, because the lyrics were written from a small boy's perspective, watching this massive shift and transition happen in the South African history and culture, you know, and it was beautifully written, and like I actually really loved the lyrics of the previous, but it wasn't maybe as relevant as it is now.
Yes.
You know, it's 30 years later, so you're gonna sing that to people that didn't experience what that boy experienced 30 years ago. They're experiencing what's happening right now.
Yes.
You know, struggles with keeping electricity on, and struggle with economics and all that type of stuff. So we decided to write the song as kind of a story where it starts off with hope, and then changes into, okay, now you aren't really, the hope's kind of going away. Yeah. But then at the end, kind of still going, well, let's see. You know, we give you the floor. We give you the floor to show us a better way. We are open to it.
Absolutely.
I'm keen to see where the youngsters, I mean, I say youngsters, but say the guys that are in their 20s that will slowly but surely now, they're out of university, they're getting their street cred, they're working the jobs and whatever else, and in 20 or 30 years' time, they're going to be the guys we're voting for, and we'll be old, but there's a chance that this newer generation of everyone, white, black, Indian, colored, the whole bang shoot, are going to kind of mesh together. I mean, you see it in, I mean, South Africa a lot, you know, in terms of, I mean, your mixed race couples. I mean, I'm married to a colored girl. I've got a bunch of mates. You see it more often now. It seems like we're becoming that rainbow nation, or there's a portion that's becoming that rainbow nation.
Absolutely.
And then there's I think it's almost an older generation on probably both sides of the fence that are
still holding on.
They're holding on, but they'll get old eventually and not be able to.
That's what I would have said. Like, you just said something now, and you know, they should have done that ages ago. Yeah, there should be an age limit on politics. It should just be like, sorry, like 60, literally
done.
1995. I mean, we had the elections in 94, and then 95 we win the World Cup.
Yeah.
Mandela
That was the moment.
Mandela comes out there. I think it was at Ellis Park.
Yeah.
All aeroplanes coming
Yeah.
over, and he comes out with the number 7. Like I mean,
Number
that
6,
was
yeah.
flipping. Sorry, 6. I knew it was close.
I wouldn't have guessed. I wouldn't have remembered.
But it was flipping cool because
Yes.
everyone was like, "Oh, you know."
Yeah. I
And
remember
just
it. I'll get
the
goosebumps
crowd.
thinking about
I
it.
got
Yeah.
goosebumps as well.
Mm.
And I mean, and then we would go and win the World Cup. And I mean, if anything, and that's been said so many times, but if anything would have united, it should have just kept the ball rolling from there.
Yes.
Not that
Yeah.
we have to get together when there's a sporting event.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
we won the rugby.
I
Oh,
guess
let's all
there's-
get together. And it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, what about the other time? you
I
know?
guess there's so much like integrated animosity between the different races and stuff because of how long we've been on. It's not going to go like 94. Cool, we're changing our ways, and everyone's just going to go. La, la,
Hey,
la.
we're all happy. Yeah.
La, la, la.
No, no.
You know, there's a lot of,
yeah.
and
But
that's
we're such
that's
a melting
slowly-
pot
Well, it
as
should
well.
have
I mean,
started then at least.
we have
Because
like, what,
30 years is
11
a long bloody time.
11 official languages
Yeah.
in our country.
Yeah.
Each language is going to have a culture. Each culture is going to have offshoots.
Exactly.
There's bound to be friction
Yeah.
at some point.
Yeah.
I suppose, you know.
Definitely.
Okay, so let's get on to a happier note. You guys, so 427, that was the song we've just been chatting about now.
Yeah.
And then the other two sort of bigger ones on your guys' repertoire on Spotify is Truth and Music.
Yeah.
Tell me about Truth. Let's start there. What's
You
the
take
thoughts
this one,
behind it?
Kimosabi.
Sorry.
You take this one. This is falling asleep.
So no. So truth is
Nog
about.
even is toe.
So truth is about asking someone in your life, or someone asking your advice, coming to you with a problem and saying, "I've got this issue." Be that in an intimate relationship, a friendship, a relationship with a family member, a work, whatever it is. They come and ask you advice. You give them the advice, and you kind of feel like you make a breakthrough.
Yeah.
You know, like you give them some advice where it actually hits, and you're like, "Cool, they're going to take this advice." And then the next day they do the exact same thing, and they come back to you and they go, "Why did it not change? What happened?" And you're like, "Did you change anything though?" You know.
I've been on both sides of that fence,
Yeah.
receiving the advice
Same.
from my dad and ignoring it,
Uh-huh.
and going back to him, going like, "Why is this not working?" And him looking at me, going, "Because you're an idiot." And then on the other side, giving advice to people and watching them kind of crash and burn, going,
Yeah.
"No, like we spoke about it, we figured it out." Yeah, I get that.
That's what truth's about.
Fantastic.
So in the chorus there, to tell you the truth I never wanted. That's I guess the person saying. That's the way I take it anyway.
Yeah.
The person who you're giving the advice to, them just basically telling you, I didn't really.
I don't want your advice.
I just wanted attention, really.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted a crown on your shoulder.
Yeah.
I don't really want
Yes.
your
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah.
Which is also fun, like
Yeah.
there's space
But-
for that as well.
Yeah. I chatted to a mate of mine a while back who is sort of like, he's been through the drug thing and has had to go to rehab and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah, yeah.
And he said to me, he says, you can have the magic pill. He says, you can do whatever you want, have the right words, everything. He says, that person doesn't want to change. There ain't nothing. There's what you can do until you want it. And he was like talking about himself. I've had a couple of mates of mine who've been through that, and it's just like, okay, cool. Then you've hit rock bottom, and then maybe hit it one more time, and then cool. Now you pull your life out of that.
Yeah. Calm down there, Brittany.
Yes. Jeez, I had to take her money away.
Hit it one more time. No, but you're absolutely right. It's that rock bottom, and it's actually cliches are cliches for a reason.
Absolutely,
And what
yeah.
I just said now is even a cliche because
Yeah.
I've said, to loads of people, cliche is a cliche for a reason.
Yeah.
But because it's bloody true,
Yeah.
Rock bottom, we only ever gonna know. You'll
Yeah.
only know what rock bottom is until you hit it.
Yeah.
I've had a rock bottom, but it wasn't through drugs.
Yeah. As well. Yeah. I've had to rock bottom a couple of times, I think. And it's you learn the lesson or you don't, and you have to
you
do it
know
again.
when it's your rock bottom.
Yes. Yeah.
You know it. I mean, gee whiz, there's no. Anyway.
Yeah. And then Music is an interesting song about what happens after you've been out
That's
doping.
exactly what it is.
So your music video was very interesting because I was I had the stuff on my phone and I was busy doing some work and watching them and earlier today, and I glanced across. Oh, there's no chicken that bad. And then, you know,
Shout out to Rowan. Shout out to Rowan.
Shout out.
That's saying what nice from far, but far from nice now. And then I was like, oh wait, there's chest hair.
I was going to talk about it.
And then I was like, okay, hold on, what's the song about? And I went and then sort of like dove into it. And it was quite a cool little song.
Yeah, we shot that in one day. In like 16 hours.
Yeah, it was a long day.
Yeah, that was done in Radloff Park, by the way. Okay, yeah. So
a couple of places in Somerset.
That's cool.
But yeah, that song is what it says on the tin.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a silly reflection of hangovers and fun and.
You go out and you start getting those memories come to you slowly through the morning. You know, when you wake up feeling like hoarse, and you wonder if your car is actually there. How did it get there? And then you start thinking about conversations you had and like, oh, what
why did I say that
point for so long?
Yeah, did I do that?
Yeah. All that kind of stuff.
The worst is if you like hear voice notes and stuff, you know. Yeah. Like you start talking like, oh no, I'm just gonna skip that. Let's move on from that.
If I delete it, will it delete for
messaging the X 3 times removed. Yeah. I still love you.
Where you? What you wearing?
You think you sound super sexy, you know?
Yeah, you listen afterwards like,
I just happen to be at the garage buying chicken pies, very stumpy.
And I was thinking about you.
And it's just down the road from your house. What you doing?
There wasn't a shop close to my house. This was the only shop.
That only garage that's open at 2 in the morning or 4 in the morning or whatever.
I know I live in Somerset West, but I was just in Corrido.
Slight detour. I'm next to your house right now.
Yeah, but Corrido is like, I mean, they still roll up the streets at night, you know. I mean, that's a one-horse little dorpy there.
Yeah, that's proper.
But that was a fun experience shooting that, because that was also the first time we ever did like a music video.
Oh, okay, cool. Was that the first one?
Like where it's actually meaningful. You know? We actually have a goal that you want to reach. We've both been behind cameras being silly and just trying stuff, you know. But actually having like, okay, well, this is what we want to achieve. How do we achieve this? You know, what props do we need? How many actors do we need? What clothes do we need? Yeah. Shooting scenes over and over to get it right. Like that was a new thing for us, and it was cool. It was a really fun.
Yeah. Were people like staring at you in the park, or was this like on a random Tuesday morning kind of thing?
It was actually on a Saturday. It was a Saturday.
I don't even know.
It was a Saturday morning. We started early, but yeah, people were, and it was. So we started at Craig's house. We did the first scenes there. We were falling out of the bed.
That's my old house. That
across from
where he walks out and slams the gate. It's interesting as well.
Yeah, it was very interesting. And then we didn't even, until the Friday evening at like 7, we didn't even have offices to shoot the office scene in.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I'm phoning around, and I just phoned this mate of mine, and I was like, hey, dude. And he's like, yeah, no problems. I was like, I'll open it for you tomorrow morning. And I was like, ugh. We were going to makeshift it somehow.
Yeah.
And but then we ended up shooting the whole day, and the penultimate scene, I guess, the one at the bar was shot at Oldbridge.
Yes.
But now it's like Saturday night, 7 o'clock, and you walk in there and the place is full. And now everyone's kind of tired. The whole crew have been shooting the whole day. So everyone's like, let's have a beer and just relax. But now people start peeling off, and they start chatting to some people, because we're all from Somerset West, so we all have friends. Now people start peeling off and chatting to friends, and now you're like trying to get this person back and trying to get this person back and shooting scenes that actually work. And then there was actually the scene that where Rowan's the bassist in our band, and he's supposed to slap me. There's a scene where I grab a cigarette out of his mouth,
and he chucks the beer,
and he chucks beer in my mouth, in my face, and then slaps me. But he was very reluctant to hit me. and I was like,
music, man.
And I was like, do it properly, but just don't hit me on the ear, you know, like hit me in the face. You can hit me hard. It's a one-time shot, and I'll be on the ground, and it'll be sore, but it makes it for a good shot. Let's go.
Yeah.
And he did it once, and it wasn't lacquer. And I was like, dude,
it didn't hit.
No, and I was like, dude, come on, man, get into it. And then the next one, he slapped me, but he gave me like a backhand on the ear. But people at the table were like sitting around. They're not part of the scene. They were just sitting there. And as he hit me, he just checked everyone like, whoa.
So the reaction was real, you know.
And you dropped like a sack of potatoes.
And it wasn't just acting. Like I fell on the floor, and I was like, my ears were ringing, and I was like,
that is called discombobulation.
Yeah, and he actually perforated my eardrum.
Oh,
When
man.
if I like try to clear my nose, it was just like whistling out of my ear
Oh,
for like 3 weeks, and I was like, Rowan.
it's sort of like that's like the no. You don't do two things to musicians. You don't bugger up their voices and you don't bugger up their ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, he felt really bad, and I still have it hanging over him every time. I'm like, I still owe you a big one day.
One day over
I've
beers.
actually got footage of
The people
camera, of it happening, with the cameraman.
Oh wow.
And there was another scene as well where he gets smacked by a friend of ours, Inga, where he gives the bouncer, he pushes the bouncer, and she. But that one was more like where you moved with it because she didn't want to hit you.
She did it like 10 times, and she couldn't get it
like,
over to hit me.
Come on, no, like we going, get angry.
Did she think she was going to hurt you?
Yeah, and I was like, Inga, go for it. She's
I'm
like,
a
"I
big,
can't,
strong man.
I know. And I mean, he played the drunk so well, but he was sober as
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just
Judge,
sober the whole time.
and then I think we went to the park and that we wrapped there.
Yeah, we did the last walk down that road.
Look at the stop street and all this.
But yeah, big shout out to Dylan as well. He's the guy that shoots Dylan Young.
What a monster.
No, he's insane. He does all our music videos, and
Fantastic.
he shot our album launch night at Daisy Jones like 6 weeks ago.
Oh, that's cool.
Like 7 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But he's so creative, and he just makes something out of nothing. After he shot the launch, I was like, he's not going to be able to do anything with this. The lighting wasn't great. He was one dude with a camera having to shoot live, and he recorded a live music video at the beginning of release in the next couple of weeks, and it's like, it's insane.
No.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about it earlier. Just the tech that's out there now is insane. What you can do with color grading and adding and removing and all that kind of jazz, even sound wise, is quite incredible.
I never knew about color grading before our first music video.
Yeah.
When Dylan was talking about that, color grading or whatever it's called, and all these things that I had no idea about. I mean, you talking about noise reduction on a mic and things like that,
Well, that's what I did earlier before you guys pitched up. I was sitting here recording noise in the background from the people walking past.
Yeah.
And I used that as a reference to say to the program, this is noise, take it out.
Yeah.
And then the little bits
with
that you
that
get.
AI thing you were talking about.
Yeah. And then I'm busy looking at an AI program to do it that apparently is smart enough to figure it out for itself. How that works, I don't know. But that's going to be my next bet.
AI is writing songs and melodies and everything on its own, shooting music videos. And
the thing that I saw was a chick standing in traffic, and they recorded her talking with cars. It was in New York, so with cars coming past her, and then they're like, and now we push it through the AI, and it's just all the cars are gone. So it's just her voice. All right, no, there's no ways, and I've seen a couple of others where guys have done podcasts in public.
She got a mic up
yeah,
there,
she's got a little mic. Yeah,
lapel mic. So it's not a boom or anything.
No. So she's got a lapel, but I mean, all these lapels. I mean, like my little Rode, those little square ones you see on all the TikTokers and whatever.
Yeah.
Those are condensers, so they pick up 5-6 meters around you.
Yeah.
In varying degrees of volume.
Jesus.
And this thing can remove it. So, which is, insane. Do you guys see a threat? In terms of music and stuff?
It's funny. I saw a video from Rick Beata. I don't know if you know Rick Beata. He's got a big channel on YouTube. And he was talking about AI and how he listened to this song. And he
Carry on talking. I'm just going to move that curtain. Otherwise, that whole rail's going to come down.
I see.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, am I on it? Yeah, no stress.
Am I on it as well?
You're good.
Rick Beata, go.
So Rick Beata was talking about that and how he can't hear that something is AI generated, but then he played the song to his kid, the son, who's I'm guessing he's like 14, said, "Why are you listening to AI?" And he was like, "How can you hear that? That's AI." And I couldn't hear it because he played it on his channel. I couldn't hear that it was AI, but he puts keywords in there.
Yes.
Like this chat GBT or whatever it's called.
Yeah. That's an amazing thing. I use it daily.
Yeah.
And for work and whatever else.
This thing came up with a flippin' song. He said, must be kind of melancholy, a little bit of country.
Yeah.
With talking about the sun and I miss her in a female voice. And
I mean, not all AIs are
harmonies and everything.
Yeah. Not all AIs are created equal. I mean, I watched a video the other day where a guy did exactly that. He's like, hey, my name's Fred and I test AIs and we're going to write a song. So it tells it, please write a country song for me and gives a bunch of criterias. And to the AI's credit, it wrote a country song, but it literally was talking about guns and butts. And
Guns and butts.
yeah, I'll see if I can find the link
I
for
think
you
I
later.
actually saw that. Is that the guy playing drums over it?
Yes,
There's a guy
yes,
playing
yes,
drums
yes,
over
yes,
it.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's whole things were like, no, and guns and butts and guns, and it's like, okay, that one didn't pan out.
Yeah, I think with regards to AI and performing art, songwriting, sure, that you can write AI can write songs.
Yeah,
It's pretty. I mean, especially if you compare it to a lot of the songs that are coming out nowadays, the lyrical content is pretty much nothing.
yes.
Doesn't really mean all that much.
There was
So-
like that Beyonce song that had like 16 words, but it had like 32 writers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so I think in that, sure, but then it's not really, writing a song of that caliber lyrically isn't all that difficult. So there's not really any threat. I don't think performing art is really at all in trouble if it comes to AI, because you can't put a
Fair.
robot on stage.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not going to be the same.
You're not going to have that
Yeah.
emotion, and you have to see someone performing something to see the emotion that they've experienced or that they're putting out through their music and expressing to connect to it. Otherwise, you can just put up a DJ box. You
Fair.
can just put up a jukebox and let them play. People go watch live music and bands to see the human beings behind it. So I don't think in that way. I think a lot of other industries in the world definitely have there's problems with, especially more analytical, statistical jobs, because computers are just better than us at it. They're just faster.
Yeah.
They're more precise. They can do it in a hundredths of the time we can.
Yeah.
So I think there will be a lot of danger for some industries with AI. For once, our industry is not in trouble.
It's fantastic.
Well, I mean, it's just like, yeah, if you're a half full kind of guy, then you might take it as like I don't see it as a threat, but it just feels unarty to me.
Yes.
That someone out there is making something that's fake, and then they're gonna reap something off this. And
they didn't do anything.
no,
It's actually the AI that did it.
and they
So-
made billions of advertising or whatever because someone downloaded this app, and people just maybe sit at home or go to a bar, and then there'll be a DJ booth there, but then it won't be. When you're at a party and hey, check this song out, and you play a song, and then your friend does it, and your other friend does it. So maybe you get some sort of weird DJ booth in the middle of a club where you hook your phone up to the Bluetooth, and then you have 5 songs or whatever. That's a jam night now.
Yes. Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
Very different to
that's
what
a
I
jam
think a
night.
jam night is.
No one
yeah.
brought a guitar. There's no
Yes.
sound engineer. Just
Yeah.
hook up with a Bluetooth.
Well, if you've got the
Guitar,
right,
what's that?
if you've got the right,
By that time, the guitar's long gone.
Yeah.
if you've got the right app on your phone, you can play guitar on your phone. Apparently, you know,
Yeah.
like
I mean, we've literally done that as well. Like bass and drums on phones. I think I'm personally, I try to stay away from ChatGPT use it too much, just because I think, especially as an artist, it can very quickly do this to your art, because you're not thinking creatively anymore.
you can devolve into
exactly. So I'm very.
I want to
scared.
wite a song about this. Give me ideas.
Yeah.
Okay,
come on.
refine.
You live it,
Yeah.
Yeah, and the next
Yeah.
moment you're not writing, and I used it for something today, and afterwards I was like, that took away from me.
Yeah.
Because I could have written that, and I would have had to go and sit and be creative and think about. We needed to write a short bio and
Right.
about people in the band, and I used ChatGPT because I was super busy, and I was like, I'm just going to do this. And afterwards, I thought that's actually disingenuous from me, because I could have gone and sat down and thought about each of my band members and what makes them who they are, and taken 20 minutes per one and written it myself.
In your defense, though, we have been asking, including me, we have been trying to figure out like everyone write a bio, please.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off there.
No, but it's true. I mean, at the end of the day, we are musicians. We wanna make music, not really write bios and do
Especially
social media
about
marketing.
Yeah.
I just want to actually can I read the bio, the ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Go for it.
It's flipping. If I can find it here somewhere. Sorry, Ruan, I cut you off there. I'm trying to. Dolf Lombard is the heartbeat of the band, bringing boundless energy and infectious positivity to every performance. As the drummer and rhythm creator, Dolf's dynamic drumming skills lay the foundation for the band's vibrant sound. Always laughing and full of enthusiasm, he brings a joyous spirit, blah, blah, blah. Like this one of mine with the long blonde hair. What does it say? Yeah, force behind the band's rock and roll spirit with long blonde hair and a penchant for powerful guitar solos. And Ruan's one is really good as well. Rowan is the towering force behind the band's rhythm guitar and lead vocals. Standing tall with striking blue eyes, Rowan commands the stage. Rowan.
You know what's so funny though is, that large language model, all it's doing is literally just guessing the next word in a sequence. Yeah. It starts off with a word and then it just goes, here is 100,000 options for words. This could work, that could work, and then it runs through them and sees what works, and then goes, oh yes, that little line of add-on words works. Yeah. You know, it is quite incredible.
It's impressive. It's like it's crazy that it can do that. You give it like 4. I gave it 4 words for each person.
Sure.
Is that it?
As an attribute, I said, please write me a bio for a member of a band, name, attributes to describe band member, and I gave 4 words.
Wow.
And then it just wrote everything on its own.
Yeah, that's incredible. And look, it saved me from 1,500 rand fine. Actually, probably more from losing my license. So I've got the little Suzuki that I drive, and then we've got another car in the company. It's a Nissan Almera.
Okay.
And Nissan Almera, out the factory, down a mine shaft, lubed up, does 171 k's an hour, right? And Cape Town traffic apparently got me at 172 k's an hour, or 173, and the car's got 187,000 k's on it. It's not ever doing anything past 130. And so I was like looking at this thing. Now there's this whole process to get this fine squashed, and you've got to submit a document. It has to be written in a certain way. There's like 6 pages on a website you have to go read. I went on ChatGPT. I was like, do you know about this? And it says, yes, South African law, traffic law, blah, 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 blah. Yes, I do know about it. What's your issue? I'm like, well, here's the problem. Ask me all the questions you need to help me get this fine squashed. Gave me 10 questions. I answered the 10 questions. Bang. Smashed out an email for me. I copy and pasted it. Sent it. 3 weeks later, fine's been squashed. Thank you very much. I was like, well, that's easy.
See, like stuff like that, it is really useful.
That would have taken me 3 hours. 2 hours just to read the damn website to figure out what in order do I have to say. Yeah. Like there it helped, you know, but I would
definitely, especially when it comes to like law and stuff like that, which we don't. It's a good tool to have. It's a pool of knowledge that we wouldn't usually have access to. You know, I did it the other day as well to read up on some other law regarding something. I just asked it, you know, what is the what is the law around this, and it would give you this, and it would ask you a couple of questions. The next moment you're like, cool, I'm actually within my rights here. You know, people can't just openly screw you over or put one over on you.
Well, you can get it to read a contract now. So, I mean, you guys sign with a massive label or something, and they give you this 37,000-page contract. You could literally put that into ChatGPT and go, under South African law, please figure out where all the issues are here for us. You're on the band side. And take a quiz. Just copy-paste the whole thing into it. Yeah, it'll read it, it'll check it out. And
the TNCs that you'll miss, you know, at the bottom it'll say there, it sounds like the band will get only 6% of their money paid out. The company will take 94%. You're like, wait.
It's buried on page. Buried on page 200 somewhere. You know,
we don't want physical contracts. We want a digital contract because I want to put it into ChatGPT.
Copy the PDF, man.
I'm not scanning 20,000 pages in here.
The podcast is called the Grow a Pair Podcast. The idea behind this is to get your guys' stories, and like you've done really well today, chatting about the music, what goes in behind it. If somebody were to say to you, grow a pair, what would that mean to you guys?
And to me, it just means just get over it, you know, just do it. Not less of this and more of just doing. That's what grow a pair means to me.
Fantastic. That's good. That's
toughen up, princess.
Yeah.
Toughen up, princess. I love it.
In the words of, I can't do
I can blur it out.
Chopper Reed. Harden the fuck up. Have you seen them?
I've not.
This kid over here has been playing football. He stubbed his toe. He cried. Harden the fuck up, little kid. This little girl over here is angry because her mum bought her the wrong ice cream. Harden the fuck up, little girl. This guy over here, Rodney's got no arms because he was just swimming in the ocean one day. Shark bit off his arms. Fucking right on, Rodney. Have you seen that guy?
Sounds amazing.
You've got to write that down for me so I can go and find it. It sounds
Chopper Reed
great.
is this comedian playing a Chopper Reed.
Oh, that's
He's
funny.
this, like real life Aussie gangster. Not a gangster, but like a criminal.
Right.
So just to chat a little bit more about the music and the future for Wicked World, we've actually recorded our whole album.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Tide of Life, and we are releasing. So we've released 4 of the songs that'll be on the album, and we have another 8 songs ready to go, which
Fantastic.
we're releasing in 2 weeks. We're releasing our next song called Be Yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and then from there on, we'll release a song every 3 weeks.
Okay. What's the thought behind it? Instead of say releasing it all in one big shot.
Because of what we spoke about at the start, if you release an album now, no one's obligated to go buy the CD to listen to it. They can go
Fair.
on Spotify, listen to one song. So then if you've got 10 songs out, you drop all of them at the same time. You can do that if you're a big name. If you're an Adele, or if you're in a... I saw even Spoegvolf just did it. They just dropped their whole album. But they're huge.
Yeah.
You know, so they drop an album and everyone flocks to listen to it.
Yeah. I mean, look, Blink-182 dropped song, then it was like a month, a song, then it was 2 weeks, a song, and then the album.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and they're big.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which is kind of like the old way of doing it. Anyway. There's
a single and a single and a single, yeah.
Drop the album. If you like the singles, then you might like the B-sides. So
Yeah.
Yeah, go buy
But
the
now
EP.
with TikTok and all these things that are so big, you kind of have to give each song some time in the spotlight.
Absolutely.
To like have a build up, make little teaser videos. Like we're releasing a teaser video tomorrow morning about the next song coming out, and stuff like that. You kind of just nowadays you have to play the game.
Yes.
If you want to, that's how the algorithms work on the platforms. It's not just like, oh, that's what the kids are doing. It's literally how the algorithms are written. So if you don't follow it, you just won't be able to compete. So we were releasing a song every 3 weeks from the end of this month, and then the album will be out by the start of December.
Oh, cool.
Done, and then we'll re-release it as an album. And then we're doing a tour. We want to do a tour from. We started to organize it now. Myself and Briaz and Craig have been talking. We want to do a tour from here to Joburg, Pretoria for like a month.
Oh, nice.
3 to 4 weeks. Because we haven't actually, since we've released more music and since we played Strab, which the majority of Strab's clientele is from Gauteng. And we got a big following there. Everyone's like, please come up to Pretoria, please come up to Joburg and come play.
Yeah.
We thought, why not do it while the ball's in the air, keep it there. So we're doing that, and then our big aim is to go to Europe next year, June, July.
Okay, cool.
So as soon as the album's out by end of the year, then we'll start. People will just take you a bit more serious if you've got a whole album out. You know?
Absolutely.
We've got an album, we've got more songs, we've got more songs on the way. But then people are like, okay, they don't just have 3 singles out and they want to come to Europe. They've got an album, cool. Then they can listen to it in full, and then we'll start pitching for overseas. Same thing, difficult thing to do. Where do you start?
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know a booking agent in Europe, we want to go to Germany because he knows quite a lot of people in Germany, and I know a couple of people there, and I think it's a good place to start.
Musically, also, Germany seems to be doing a lot.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of
Very
festivals
central,
and yeah.
And our type of music, I think, will probably work there more than it would in, say, France or in Italy or whatever. You know?
Look, but that's the springboard that you can have. You know, you never know who you're going to meet there, and since you're in the middle of that. You know, I know someone, let's find this guy or whatever.
Yes,
or this girl.
yeah.
What? Where do you want to go? Estonia. Righto,
Why
let's
not?
go.
Yeah. Get a bus. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go drink some. What did I've actually been to Estonia.
Have you?
Yeah,
I've never been to Europe.
I had a beer and elk sausage.
Fantastic.
Beer and
Sorry, bear.
Yeah.
and cinnamon beer. It was like a medieval restaurant, but like
Nice.
Estonian medieval.
Yeah.
So we went to this place. There was a guy sitting in the corner, like up as you go in, playing a lute. You know, there's
Interesting.
like everything was candlelight, and
Well, like the I think it was the 16, 17, 1800s. Even in the United States, the biggest thing that was eaten there was bear.
Yeah.
They used to kill the elk for their skins and whatnot.
Yeah.
They wouldn't chow the meat, but they'd kill bears to eat the meat.
Sausage was a mixture of reindeer. What is an elk? It's not a reindeer.
No,
But it's like a whatever, like a
Antelope.
antelope of some sorts.
and
Yeah.
bear. Like
That combo.
yeah, it's
Interesting.
strange, eh?
Why not? Why
Might
not?
have been like if the bear ate the elk, so it was a bit of bear poo in there. Maybe it was a bear poo.
It could have been. You never know.
Most poos are bear.
Flippin' young. Young? Yum. No!
Yum.
Don't put that.
Young bear.
9.
9! That's what Homer Simpson says in German, by the way. Seriously, he doesn't go Dolf, he goes 9!
Is that the German translation? How do you translate dope into
South Park
German?
in German is also pretty funny.
Kenny, was hast du gesagt? Jemand hat Kenny tot gemacht. Oh mein Gott, wer hat Kenny getötet?
Oh my god, who killed Kenny?
Cartman Minayas.
Oh man, I laugh. That is fantastic. Any gigs Cape Town wise in the next month or so? I would love to come because I heard about you guys from Andrew Goldie, and I think you do some stuff at the theatre or did some stuff at the theatre. And I went, I had a coffee with the guy and chatting about the podcast. He's like, dude, you've got to get hold of Wicked World. And then he proceeded to not give me your number. Anyway,
Life gets busy.
Life gets busy. Anyway, I found you.
Alright.
But
Okay.
yeah, like, and then I managed to. I think I went away that weekend where you guys did the launch. Like, I really wanted to be there,
Alright.
but yeah, I went away that weekend, so that didn't work out. But I want to come and hear you guys. So, like, are you playing anywhere in the next
Yeah,
little while?
we've got a. I'm going up country for a bit for about 3 weeks, and then when I come back, we've got Cafe Rue on I think the 10th of August.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
cool.
a while away.
Still a while away, but it's like 7 weeks or so. But Cape Town musically in winter is just it's chilled.
Oh, very.
Yeah, it's
very-
too wet.
People don't want to go out. It's
Yeah.
cold. It's windy. People stay home, so the venues don't. There's not a lot going on. And honestly, there's a lot of musicians in Cape Town.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
normally it's okay. There's enough work for everyone. But in winter, the venues halve, but there's still the same amount of musicians trying to make money. So it does get difficult. That's why, like for me, we both play on our own as well. So we've got Wicked World as an act,
yeah.
as a 4-piece. Which we would love to only do. I would love
Absolutely.
to play 3-4 times a week just Wicked World shows, original music. It's energy. It's like how to share the music.
So you guys do sort of music full time.
Yeah.
That is your whole.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I play solo, he plays solo. We do some duo shows together. So yeah, I'm going up country I'm doing my own thing for a few weeks. Just there's
Cool.
more work for me there than there is in Cape Town. And then I'll come back and then it should pick up by August. August should start going again.
Yeah.
We've already got a couple of shows. We got Cafe on the 10th, and then on the 17th of August we've got Hankle Putal, and then September we've got Anklas and Stellenbosch. So it'll start going again.
Class is cool.
Yeah.
Yo, I used to do shows at Class. Lots of shows. Cheapers.
But then you'll know Breers, man.
Possibly.
Our manager.
Okay. Yeah. I did when I came back to Cape Town, I ran a sound company for a while.
Yeah.
So like the one side I did corporate and then did bands for fun because I love bands.
What was it called?
Bass Productions was
Okay.
the company. Yeah.
So you'll know Ian Watson as well.
Possibly. I kind of when I
He used to play guitar for Lithium,
okay.
but he got into that. He doesn't do it anymore, but he
Right.
was in the sound. Anyway.
Yeah. Sound guys is a lot of sound. Well, there's a lot of sound colleges
Exactly.
in Cape Town, which means a lot of
users who do
a lot
sound
of sound guys in
as a
Cape
day
Town.
job.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Is it? Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk
I
about?
think we've covered. Yeah, it's been a great conversation. I've enjoyed the heck out of it.
Right, man, us too.
And that's what I like about it is just the true conversation,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like a here's a question, give me an answer. Here's a question,
Yeah.
give me an answer.
Yeah.
It's more fun, more. Yeah, I
Yeah.
enjoy it a lot, and I just love getting to know people. It's
Yeah. Same, man.
It's interesting.
It's
Everyone's got an
fantastic.
interesting story,
absolutely
and you only get that story and that real authentic story if it's a real chat.
yes.
If it's a interview with questions and someone comes
Yeah.
and sits down and goes like, what do I want to achieve with my answers? Then it's not real. You know,
Yeah.
it's more like, what are
Yeah.
the answers?
Yeah.
What is the true answers to them?
Prepared
I saw
questions,
your
prepared
thing
answers.
on Espresso, which was like such a really cool, it's called achievement. You know, get on TV. You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
really cool. And it was also a very question and answer. You get like a segment, and you could see there was like time, and the host was kind of pushing a bit for time and having to cycle through all you guys and trying to get the names right. And
Yeah, I saw that as well.
It would have been
Yes.
great to actually have the questions given to us before Espresso Show.
you could
Because
think
she
about
caught
it.
me off guard. The dude caught me off guard when he asked something about what was it? There was something about plastic or something about the
yeah.
environment or
Oh,
something.
yes.
That was
yeah.
the theme of it, and he asked me this
Yeah.
question out of the blue, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, do you guys believe in recycling?
And
And,
it's
you're
like-
like, yeah, sure, of course we
And it's like
recycle.
5:30 in the morning as well,
Yeah,
bro.
man, I could still sleep.
We live in Somerset West.
Dude,
There's,
actually
there's
look
the
at-
neighbor
look at-
mommies watching over the
Look at
fence to
Ruan's
see
face,
recycling.
Ruan's face, and Mita sitting next to him. I'm like this, and I think we all are, but like you just can't hide your sleepiness, you know.
Opus
I'm
5.
fine with it. That time of the day I operate.
It's just that I know your eyes are at a certain place, and there's a certain part when they're asking me a question. I'm just watching you, though. Like, we're playing bottom slash whatever it was.
It was a different interview.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
No, it's the look on your face. I just made up the bottom slash. Thing.
Yeah. Cool, guys. Thank you so much for coming
Thank you,
through.
bud.
Thank you,
It's
man.
been awesome getting to know you. I'll definitely pull into one of your shows.
Awesome. Oh, lekker.
I'm really keen to hear you guys live. I always enjoy a good live show.
Right.
And thank you.
Yeah,
very
you can,
much.
Thank
you
you.
can catch us on Instagram at Wicked World /official.
You out there. This is Craig V from Wicked World. Grow a pair.
Yes.
Thanks, Desmond.
Promo work. That's lovely. Love it. Cool.
Goodbye.
Yeah. Goodbye. No, we'll put all the links and stuff in the description. It's not a problem.
No, the bottom slash was just purposefully.
Alrighty. Cheers, guys. Grow a pair.
Yeah.